Good morning, Fab Fam. This is Vinny B with Dead on Board Gaming, and it's Monday, so it's time for another discussion video about Flesh and Blood. Today we're going to discuss my ideas about the mechanics coming up in Monarch that will complete the game system, as said by Legend Story Studios, that Monarch will complete the game system and that we haven't been playing the full game of Flesh and Blood yet. For this video, we're going to go ahead and ignore the layouts of our playmats and stuff like that, because I think some of that changes. And I also think some of this is not newer. I think because of Blitz and stuff, it's going to feel a little weird. But anyways, we're going to dive right into it. I believe regions are going to play the most important part. And what I think it's going to be is the regions are going to connect the heroes. Blitz wasn't a format when the game first released, so the only reason for young heroes would have been draft and sealed. I don't think that was the plan for the game. What I think is the plan for the game is you get to choose a mono class, or you can dual class with inside your region, and being inside the region will allow all your cards to, or at least the specializations of the heroes, to be played. And then I think you will get to mix and match the classes. So the best examples of this is all the ninjas, and again, that wouldn't change, but you would be able to run two young heroes instead of one adult hero, which would equal out the same life total. This would allow for two arsenals, which Command and Conquer, and there's another card, come on. There's two cards that talk about it. I'll pop it up here. But they talk about multiple arsenal cards, where Command and Conquer, if it hits the hero, it blows up all cards in arsenal. Now the question is it says in that hero, and I don't know if you would have to attack each hero separately, and if they operate as two separate things. But another good example would be Kasai and Kano. They have the same border, they have different classes. What is it? Yeah, Kasai would be a warrior, and then Kano would be a hero, so you would be able to play a hero wizard deck with their two abilities connected. The other idea would be able to join them in classes, warriors with warriors, wizards with wizards, like that. But I don't think that's how they're going to go. I think the beautiful borders that they added to these cards are going to matter a lot, such as Azalea and Cavdean. I hope that's right. So anyways, so this would come into a different thing where you would be able to arsenal each of them, and would be able to add to that, which would always give you, so that would bring our hands up to 6 cards that way. I don't think it'll be more. The other discussion that came up from our last video was the 6 swords facing each other, 3 swords from the top, 3 swords from the bottom. I think that might have to do with either what I'm talking about, and maybe they offer you 3, and 3 would give you a 7 card hand. I think that's too much though. Like, it kind of makes the decisions a little tougher. Minus what to put in arsenal, so maybe it's more decisions. See, the mechanic gets wild because I don't know which route they would go. I'm gonna pretend they're gonna do it by border, which I think is the best thing, and they're gonna add classes into the borders again, like Kasai and Kano are 2 different classes inside the same region, and I think that's where we're gonna really get it. And you're gonna be able to run the specializations of Kasai and Kano inside the deck. I think this will only affect constructed, classic constructed. I don't think this will affect Blitz at all. I don't think two hero decks in Blitz is going to be a thing unless they up the card count from 30 to 40, which is also another thing they could do as more formats are coming out, PvE's coming out, which is another thing I'm really interested in. That's what I think the swords in Monarch might be referring to. They all face in. Now, I don't know if it's the PvE or if they're coming up with a 3 versus 3 format with this, which both could be. So it'd be 3 versus 3, all the swords face in, they're battling each other. It could be 3 versus the middle, and it's just a mirrored image. So 3 versus a environment. And I think those are the only two things I really got for that. I think it has to do with either a 3v3 or it's three players against an environment. I doubt it's six. It's a lot of people to get together for a game. But then again, it could be maximum six. Minimum three. I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, so the last thing would be the way they word things that are multiple heroes. So there's multiple arsenals, like blow up multiple arsenal cards already written down. There's also deal damage to multiple heroes or to all heroes or all opposing heroes. I also don't think that's for multiplayer. I know a lot of people think that's a multiplayer thing, but again, I think that comes back to what I'm talking about and having multiple heroes. Um, so when you have things that deal to all heroes, it would deal double damage as a drawback to adding a an entire class's card selection, right? Because if you're running a warrior, you'd be able to run warriors, or yeah, would you be able to run warriors with Kalisa inside your wizard deck? It's a lot of good questions. See, and um, as good as an example as that is, because it's a warrior and a wizard and the things, their cards don't match at all, right? Like warriors cards don't really match up for wizards at all. So like it's a bad example, but it's also an example where I think it would make the most sense if you were able to pick it out. So I don't think they match up, but down the road they'll each get a match that will kind of help. But who would go good with Wizard? I guess Runeblade and Wizard would be a sweet matchup. Well, I mean, what do you guys think? What would be a sweet combination of like type of ability? I know Runeblade couldn't be that, but like from different regions, are there people on the outside that come into the regions that are from regions that still have those type of abilities? There's so many things they can do, considering that the lore is so rich that they can just keep adding to this and still make sense. Kind of in the same way Magic can just do whatever it wants because of the way they have it to where you get to travel the multiverse to different places and planes of existence. I feel like they can add people into regions that wouldn't match the region so much as you know what I mean. I'm having a hard time thinking how to say that. But anyways, I want to know what you guys think. Let me know. Do you think it's multiple heroes? Do you think the regions have to connect them? Do you think you just get to put them together any way you want? What do you think about the life total thing? Do you think that's a good idea? I think that's a good way to do it. Is you get to just do two young heroes. It equals the same energy that you would have and gives you the option to open up deck building. They did say that that you would look at your cards differently. I really think they are adding that, especially with the multiple arsenal and the multiple hero cards that speak about that. But let me know, you guys. Like, subscribe, share, do all that fun stuff. And I will see you guys next time. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you next time again.